So, I'm a 17-year-old kid. Now, what does this mean when you're 17? Usually, it means you're horny. Unless you're a certain type of gender or something, most 17-year-olds are horny. It's just how it is. Now, most 17-year-olds, especially in today's society as well, are lonely. Because nowadays, the way relationships are handled and the way relationships work are much different to how they used to be. Should you even be in a relationship right now? Is it even worth it? And for the people that are horny and lonely, what are they supposed to do if relationships aren't the answer? Classic questions like, should I be in a relationship? Or should I just work on myself? Should I say fuck relationships? It's all about me. I think there kind of is a mix between focusing on yourself and relationships, but obviously I'll talk more about that in the conclusion of the video. I guess especially at our age, there's more of a need to lose your virginity at this age. Everyone I've talked to, there's definitely a threshold of, if you haven't kissed a girl at this age, or if you haven't done this and that at this age, then you're kind of embarrassing. And maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. I don't fully know, because in one hand it pushes people to go out more, but at the same time, if people don't want to do that, then they don't want to fucking do that. Usually if you're a deeply religious person and religion kind of prohibits you from doing those actions, I'd say society kind of accepts that nowadays. But then nowadays, hookup culture has become huge. It's become such a big part of our lives that people even have a time period for it. It's called the whore phase. I hear people say, oh, I've had my whore phase, or I'm gonna have my slutty summer. Like, is that a good thing? I don't know how productive that is. Unless you're someone with zero experience, is it really beneficial to keep on getting with these random people? Or is it just an upgraded version of something like masturbation? So at that point, should you be focusing on a relationship or not? And if not, what age are you supposed to be focusing on a proper relationship? Now, just to give a reason on why I'm even talking about this and why it's such a big deal nowadays is just look at the statistics on male virginity, all right? Look at when people lose their virginity compared to when they used to. That's pretty crazy. I don't know how it compares to a woman's, here it is, but my boys are lacking. And if you look at marriage rates, you could see that there's definitely something going on in today's society that's causing this issue. Let's ask some other people about this shit. Interviews. How different do you think dating is now compared to how our parents used to date?
I'd say it's quite different, yeah.
It's quite different?
Yeah, because now people aren't loyal and stuff.
Better or worse though?
Worse.
Got social media.
Yeah.
So obviously you're always talking to your partner.
Yeah.
Back then it was probably just a quick phone call.
Yeah.
And then you meet up. Probably meet a lot less because you're always talking to each other.
Very different.
Why?
Well, I personally think phones have a big impact in dating now, because you can see what your partner's doing, you can see who they're with.
Easier to find someone because there's more people you can talk to and it's easier to connect with people.
It's like a bit invasive.
Yeah.
What? Well, like, they're always there to like talk to you, like.
Yeah, because
like,
your dynamic is different online, and then in person.
And then in person you have to carry that on. Yeah.
Oh fuck, they're quite different, I'd say. I think this is technical. No, I can't do this. I'm sorry.
It's technical. All right, that's fine.
Really low because of technology, to be fair. Like now you don't really meet people in person. I think it's less safe. I know. I mean, probably because you can get catfished.
Yeah.
But you can probably find out more about a person through like their social media.
Yeah.
But it's harder.
Can also be a creepy old man.
Yeah, this is true. But it's probably harder now.
Women have more say.
I don't know, I feel like it's just like more like open and stuff, like there's less like shaming other people for things they do, and it's just like more accepted.
But now it's a lot more on social media. Before, like, you'd meet people in the workplace. That's how my parents met. My parents met in the workplace.
Yeah.
I know you can still meet people, but what, we're 17, 18, you're meeting people in college, but you're like, you see someone, you message them. Back then, you're not going to send a letter to someone, are you? You know what I mean?
I think it's very different because right now I don't think most people are like dating for like marriage, if you know what I mean. Like I feel like our parents, like especially my parents, they dated for marriage, nothing else. Yeah.
Wow. What are your views then? Let me interview you then. What are your views?
I think that.
No, I don't know, man. I think they're pretty more physical.
Really?
I can't lie. Yeah.
More physical now.
Yeah, like people, they're just trying to shy.
How serious do you think student relationships should be or can be at our age?
They're becoming too serious too quickly.
I think they could be quite serious.
Yeah. I think it's quite important because you can support each other through exams, which are very stressful.
Yeah.
And also, if you have no friends at like school, it's a bit peak because you're just kind of like alone.
Well, from my point of view, I'm in a relationship. I'm quite serious.
Yeah.
And so is she, thank God.
I personally think they shouldn't be serious.
They shouldn't be serious?
No, especially not at this age. Like, I'm 18, I don't want to be serious.
But do you think there's a point in dating now?
I personally don't think so.
Oh, I'm not serious.
No, okay. I think it definitely depends on the people. Plus, if you say our age, like 17, 18, I think serious. Very serious, depending on like uni and stuff like that.
Depending on uni?
If you're going to the same uni.
What makes a serious relationship?
I think being committed to each other for a long time.
Yeah, it has to be like over a certain amount of time. I don't know what.
Specifically.
Speaking every day, all the time, kind of prioritizing each other over, not fully over other people, but like making each other a core priority with each other, and just talking, revealing your feelings with each other, I think is what makes it more serious and starts to get more serious, basically, yeah. Well, I feel like spending time alone just in a house is sometimes more intimate than like going out and stuff. But I think going out on like dates and stuff is also important because you get to experience other stuff with your person.
From your experience?
A serious relationship, maturity.
Maturity.
I feel like there should be a lot of maturity involved, especially during arguments.
The connection. Yeah, the commitment. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you've had more serious relationships, so like I can't really speak.
Oh, I don't know, like your commitment to each other, like loyalty and stuff.
Do you think students can fall in love? I think so.
I haven't, but I feel like students have. Some of my friends have, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
90.
90. What's up with the other 10% then?
You're very young.
You're very young.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
I don't see why they can't.
Yeah.
Do you think relationships distract you from other things?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like they can because you have to invest a lot of time into a relationship, especially a serious relationship.
But then is it even worth it?
I feel like it is, yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. 100%.
They can't not. I like your camera crew. They're very
This
still.
is my camera crew.
It's quite good.
I hate my cameraman though.
Oh.
Why?
It's just, I don't know, just how he is.
It can distract you, but if you like balance it out, then I think it's fine.
Yeah.
They can. They definitely can. Yeah.
They can.
Yeah.
Do you think we should be dating at our age?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
I say no at this age just because it's like most of us are going to go off and do something different and there's not a lot of point.
Worth it. From my point of view, yeah.
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 You shouldn't. It's not what you want to. You can.
You want to?
Go for it if you want to.
Nah, not really for me. I can't really be asked, to be honest.
You can't be asked?
Nah, not for me. If I just meet people, you know.
I don't think so, no.
Alright, so are you in a relationship then?
No.
No. Alright. How long was your previous relationship?
My last one was 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Long-term relationships or hookups?
Relationships.
Relationships.
Oh no, see, I say hookups.
Hookups. Hookups.
Hookup. You have to say.
For me, long term.
Yeah. Alright.
Long-term relationships.
Oh, long-term relationships.
100%.
100%.
Alright. Are you smiling? He's smiling over there.
It's not a lie.
Long term.
Yeah, long-term.
Long-term.
Long-term relationships for me, definitely.
No comment.
Yeah, no comment.
No comment.
Cameraman, what the fuck are you doing? There's also an old couple that I interviewed. Here it is now. So how do you guys think relationships are different nowadays to how they were like when you were our age?
I think people were more sure of things, and I think we were more aware of the effects of what we did on how it affected the other person.
What do you think makes a relationship serious then?
I think you've got a genuine feelings and affinity for the person.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think also that it's what you want to get out of it and what you want to give to the other person.
Do you think students can fall in love?
Sure, you can have great feelings and deep feelings. I mean, Romeo and Juliet had great feelings at 15 or whatever they were. But as a person, you develop and you grow and you change. And by the time you're 25, you're a different person than you were 17. Relationships, we're human beings. It's part of who we are. And what you make of it is very important. We're not an island, most of us are not solitary beings. And so relationships can be the best thing and make you better and help them become the best person they can be.
First of all, the biggest thing right now that's happened in our society involving relationships is obviously the internet, and mainly dating apps. The sad thing about dating apps is that usually you get dating apps when you're not compatible with anyone around you. So that's kind of a good thing, but it's pretty sad as well if you think about it. Especially for people who get dating apps between like 16 and 24, that should be one of the most social periods of your life, and you're getting a dating app. For me at least, it doesn't seem right. I don't think students between that age bracket should be exposed to this kind of superficial, kind of new reality of how dating should be. Dating apps is kind of such an awful way to meet people. Dating apps might just be an easy way out. But because of the internet and everything, we've also become a lot more superficial in how we date. Like, our standards, my standards, your standards, everyone's standards have become way higher. That's why now more than ever, men are going to the gym more. Obviously, men are also going to the gym because it's that trope that men nowadays don't have anything to fight for and stuff. But the media is creating these unrealistic expectations for ourselves through pornography, through magazines, through all of these kind of different outlets. And we're just taking it in. Another question I asked was hookups versus relationships. And here's my perspective on it. I've had one relationship, and it wasn't even very long. And I would say every hookup I've had has been worse than that relationship. Not because I had bad experiences or anything, but just because every time I'm done with a hookup, I kind of feel more alone. I kind of feel like, damn, I'm really getting off with this girl just because I don't have a girlfriend. I mean, personally, I just think hookups, it's just masturbation with extra steps, in my opinion. You're just using each other's bodies for short-term gratification instead of putting the time and effort into a real relationship with a girl. Because of that, obviously, I say long-term relationships over hookups. So what you have to do is acknowledge your flaws, every single flaw you have, and try to fix them, either one by one or all of them. Try to work on yourself and try to chase girls at the same time, or boys, well, you know, whatever. Don't just be stuck in this kind of, this is the path that society has given me, or, oh, I'm just gonna do this. If girls aren't happy with them, then fuck girls. The people you're attracted to want certain types of people. You can't change that, and they shouldn't be forced to change that. I've got preferences when it comes to girls, and I shouldn't be stush about them, but at the same time, treat people how you want to be treated. It's interesting that some men are kind of working at each level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but then they're forgetting one or two little blocks in the middle to do with relationships and trying to be that lone wolf character. Like, come on, you can't have that. You can't go from no kind of social validation with people who you're attracted to and friends. You can't skip that to then go to self-actualization. It's a pyramid for a reason. There are obviously exceptions to this, but most people are just kind of in denial about it. So yeah, I guess the end of it is, you know what to do now. You have to understand your flaws. You should have experience when it comes to hookups, but at the same time, hookups should kind of be, in my opinion, a substitute for a proper relationship. And not just a relationship where it's just a bunch of hookups, a real relationship. That's what people should be striving for. The only counter argument to what I just said was that you might get your heart broken. Especially at our age, when you're young and you might have to go to uni or you might have to leave uni. But as sad as it is to say, maybe that's also part of the journey that most people have to face, right? I mean, I know like most people used to have this classic story of like their boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever they used to have back in their time. And maybe it builds character, or maybe, just maybe, you might stay in touch with them and marry them. Who knows? I'm not saying that should be the end goal, but I'm saying don't close yourself off to relationships because you might get your heart broken. Hope you guys enjoy this kind of new format. I really appreciate it. Yeah. See you guys. Bye.
Check, like a red light.
And then you can see like.
Yeah. You can see all that.
That's
hello.
Yeah, it's like,
Hello.
Turn down the decibel.